Yes, sir. Good morning to all of you. Myself, Mahesh Jagdish Pingle, lecturer Electronics Engineering, Government Polytechnic Ambad. Uh, so, dear students, in our previous lecture, we discussed about the skywave propagation. So, in that particular point, we discussed how different layers are applicable for the communication between from any two points. So, from point A to point B, if we want to do the communication with the help of skywave propagation, we are using the ionosphere layer, and this particular ionosphere layer, it is formed due to the ultraviolet radiations from the sun. So this particular UV radiations from the sun are applicable for the generation of the ionosphere at the uppermost side or layer of the atmosphere. Now this particular ionosphere is having some ionization layer, so some positive negative charge is present over there, charges are present over there, and because of this particular negative and positive charge, we can able to transmit the signal from one point to the another point. Now in this particular lecture, we are going to discuss 2 points. First point, it is why do we get better reception at night than the day, and second point we want to discuss is how does the reflection process actually take place at the ionosphere side, right? So let us have a look over the first point, that why do we get better reception at night. So it is found practically that if we are using a skywave propagation, so in skywave propagation, whatever the communication done in daytime, so during day period or the sun period, the better communication we are observing at night time. So whatever the quality of reception, it is very much high at night time than that of your daytime. So our the question comes in our mind is that why it is so, why do we get a better reception at night. So in order to discuss this particular point, we have to just understood one or two things, and that things we already discussed in our previous lecture of skywave propagation. We found or we discussed that in night situation, here you are observing the diagram, the f1 and f2 layer gets combined. So suppose this is your night time. So in on x-axis you are here observing a hours or local time, right? So suppose this is your night time. So at that time, during night, f1 and f2 layer gets combined, and this combination, it is very much useful for the reflection of the signal, right, to the towards the destination or towards the receiver side. Similarly, in daytime what we are observing, these two all the f1 and f2 layers are separated one. So because of this particular separation, there is less thickness of the layer, and the whatever the reception, it is not proper one. So during night time, because of the combination of f1 and f2 layer, what we found is that the communication, it is perfect and better reception it is done. Similarly, during night time, what we observe is that the D and E layer are completely absent. So there is no any kind of layer present, D and E during night time. So here you are also observing in night time, F1 F2 gets combined and D and E layer are disappeared. Similarly, at this particular night time, you are observing the D and E layer gets disappeared, but F1 and F2 gets combined. So only because of this reason, the whatever the transmitted signal, it will be easily reach towards the F layer, and from F layer it will be reflect a signal to the desired destination. So this is one of the important thing we must know. So the strength of the reflected signal gets increased. So because of this particular increase in strength of the signal, automatically quality of the signal during night time gets improved. So that's why we say that we are getting a better reception at night rather than that of your daytime. So two postulates, 2 points are there. D and E layer present in daytime, D and E layer, it is absent in night time. F1 and F2 are separate in daytime. F1 and F2 gets combined at night time. So whatever all these particular things, we are getting a better reception at night time and poor reception in daytime. So this is one of the points we want to discuss in this particular lecture. Now the next point we want to discuss, it is nothing but how exactly the reflection process takes place. While talking, suppose this is your earth surface. Now suppose this is your D layer, E layer, F1 layer, F2 layer, right? Suppose this is your transmitting antenna, right? So from transmitting antenna, we are sending some electromagnetic waves towards the ionosphere, right? So suppose I have forwarded this particular ray which I want to transmit, suppose this particular point B, suppose this particular point A. So I want to transmit signal from point A to point B. Now the antenna will radiate, suppose it is a unidirectional antenna, it will radiate electromagnetic energy towards the ionosphere. So all of these are nothing but the ionosphere layer, right? So D layer, E layer, F1 layer, F2 layer, it is nothing but part of ionosphere layer. So it is ionosphere layer. So we are forwarded electromagnetic energy toward this ionosphere layer. Now one of the most important thing is that D layer has its own refractive index. Suppose at this particular point we are observing different refractive index. At this point we are observing different. So for each and every point on this particular layer, as we are moving away from the earth surface, the refractive index gets changed. So there is always change in refractive index for each and every layer at each and every point. So as we are measuring the distance from the earth surface in kilometer, if we are moving in upward direction from the earth surface in kilometer, for every point we are observing different refractive index. Now because of this change in refractive index, every time whenever this particular EM wave or EM transmitted wave faces the change in refractive index, it will get refract. So refract means it will change its angle. So suppose if this particular point up to this particular point EM wave, it is in strain. Now if the refractive index gets changed, the EM wave itself gets bent, right? Similarly for the next point, when it is move in next direction, once again there is change in refractive index, it will get bent, right? So always whenever EM wave faces some change in refractive index, the refraction process itself take place and there is always bending of the wave take place, and because of the bending of this wave, this particular wave gets reflected back towards the destination, that is called as the B, which is nothing but the receiving point. So here we can conclude what? For the reflection of the signal from the ionosphere, the refraction is needed. Or we can further discuss is that the refraction process is applicable for reflection of the wave. So here we are observing a reflection of the signal, because all of we know that this is the transmitted signal and this is the reflected signal, but the reflection process, it is carried out only because of the refraction process within this particular layer. Because what we are found is that for every point in the D layer or E layer or any ionospheric layer, there is change in refractive index. So because of this change in refractive index, always the layer gets wave gets bent, and this particular incident wave get bent further and further away from the normal, so it will get completely bent and reflect the signal toward the receiver side. So this is all about the concept of 2 points we have discussed. Why do we get better reception at night? Because D and E layer get disappeared and F1 and F2 layer combined at night side, so we get better reception at night. And how the reflection of the signal takes place? And the reflection of the signal takes place due to the refraction process of the electromagnetic wave within the layer, because of change in refractive index of every point at the ionospheric layer. So for meanwhile we will stop here. In next lecture we will discuss about the virtual height and critical frequency. So thank you very much.